Ross.
And I'm AJ Finney.
And this is
Hippie,
Not Hippie.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 27 of Hippie, Not Hippie.
Yeah.
Today, joining us, two guests. One, Steve Vanderploeg.
Wow, hello.
There you jumped right in.
Yeah.
And Shane Torres, everybody.
Twice the guest, double the mess. That's what I say.
Hell yeah. No, happy to have you guys here. Just before we get into everything, what do you guys got coming up this next week?
Steve, please.
I got some rotating tap shows, rotatingtapcomedy.com. And I will be at Pike's Punks down in Colorado Springs on Saturday, headlining a show down there.
Yeah, if you're in Colorado and soon to be beyond, but Steve runs a ton of shows at breweries. They're always great shows. Go to Rotating Tap to find out about those.
Mostly always.
You do a really good job on those.
Thanks.
When I was here for High Plains, and you asked me to do it, and I was like, all right, I'll do it. But I went in there real skeptical, because I'll tell you guys about the podcast I did yesterday. That one I told you about.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Dog. They were like, we're semi-pro comedians. And I was like, oh, he goes, I'm thinking about doing my first open mic. I was like, you're just lying to me. And now I'm here.
You have a hell of a pitch that got me.
Yeah, I say that. Like, you're going to do well in this business if you get on stage lying like that.
You'll be headlining 6 months in.
Yeah. Fuck it.
You'll be eating shit for an hour before you know it.
Pretty much.
But hell yeah, what do you got going on, Shane?
Well, this comes out with, so I'll be at Moku Roots in Kalipana, Hawaii, and on the island of Maui. If you want to come see me at a vegan restaurant, get the old write-off going. and then Limestone Comedy Festival. And then I'll be back in Colorado in the mountains in, not Vail. It sounds like a...
Steamboat?
No.
Aspen?
Winter Park?
No, hold on. Shut up. Let me
Beaver Creek?
Fuck, yeah. God damn it. Grand Junction is one of them, right?
Okay, yeah.
And then
Montrose?
And then no, it sounds like a software company.
Oh, wow. And you were skeptical about Rotating Tap, but not Grand Junction.
Hey, well, Grand Junction came in with a mighty guarantee. Shane goes where the money is, all right? Yeah. And then I'll be at the Comedy Fort in July. So,
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And you've got a few different podcasts, right?
I just have the one.
Oh, yeah?
Who told you I had more than one? Do I?
I don't know.
I think it was the guys that you potted with yesterday.
Are you still doing... you do...
No Account for Taste?
Yeah, we do that one still. That's the one I know I do. I just... Is there another one that I had?
Is it... weren't you part of All Fantasy Everything? Or
No.
did I just see you on that?
I'm on there a lot. But
Okay.
No, yeah.
Okay, I think
somebody last night at the Comedy Work show... By the way, your young talent really needs to get their intros down in this town, because he goes, you know him from his podcast, All Fantasy Everything. I was like, that's not my podcast.
No,
It was wild. It was like, you know him from his podcast, WTF with Mark Maron. Like, what? And he came up. No, it was Noah, and he came. He was like, I'm so sorry, and I was like, you fucking should be. No, and he was very apologetic. It was like, I don't really give a fuck, but it's like I'm not gonna not say something,
Yeah.
like.
Well, I love it. He didn't ask you what you wanted for an intro. He's just
Well,
like,
I said, what do you want?
got
I said,
this.
you could say. I said, I always say, I give them three things, and I say pick two.
Yeah.
Like, and so like just so they, I don't want to hear all three things, because when somebody gives you 9 intros, it's like fucking ridiculous. 9 credits. Like I had to do that for Michael Winslow. He had 15 things I had to say.
Wow.
One of them was an app he created. Wow. I swear to God. Yeah. One of it was he was like. He's like, you're going to see him in the new Spaceballs movie. And this was like 10 years ago I opened for him. That movie has still not come out. Like, like...
I love the future credits that it's like, this probably will never happen.
Yeah. It's like, you're going to know him someday.
Well, he's a sound effects guy, right?
Yeah, he's brilliant.
What do you mean?
It's like he's a remarkable show. It's not, I would never like pay to see it, but it is a spectacle for
Does
sure.
he still do
It's
the?
funny,
What was it at that time? He was doing like the Hendrix thing at the end.
Dude, no, now he does. I don't know which Star Wars is the one where they blow up the thing.
Okay.
All of them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Each one.
okay.
Yeah.
But this is the
Yeah.
original 3 or whatever. I think it's the Death Star one.
Yeah.
Whichever one that is. He takes that last scene and cuts the audio out of it, and they play the video, and he does every single sound. Whoa. It is fucking amazing. Like, I mean, like truly, like he like doesn't miss anything. Like if somebody's like puts a cup down, and then like that, like it's insane. Like I couldn't believe it. It was so impressive.
What I was hoping is that like his credits would be like the app, all this stuff, and he'd be like, and the guy that goes, whoop, whoop,
Had to do that. Then he like shakes my hand when he walks in. He's like, "Why are you doing my shit?" And I walked back and he was just listening to Van Halen on his phone, like out loud. You know, like not with the earbuds. He was just in the green room. Like he's like, Eddie's tearing it up. And I was like, oh, you like really are a product of the '80s, man. But he was very nice and just he's a very bizarre person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, fucking come see AJ and I at the Vale Comedy Festival.
Yeah. May 26th to the 28th. I'll be performing. Plus, we have 4 live episodes of the Hippie Not Hippie podcast.
4. That's right. 4 live
2 a
episodes.
day.
You guys can do 2 shows a day in Vail on your podcast?
By contract, yes.
Oh, my. Yeah. I'm still trying to think of the town that I'm playing. It's like Microtel or Innaville.
Fruta.
Is it named after a rock?
Is it Ridgeway?
No.
Rifle.
No. I would remember that one. I've done it, but I think that Ethan guy.
Yeah, no. Where's Ethan show?
Oh, no,
I'm
hold
thinking
on.
that. It's
Basalt?
the macaw.
You're doing basalt.
The macaw, right?
Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
So they're moving me to the art center. Your boy
Yeah.
did pretty well last time.
Nice.
There were a few dozen folks.
That's a really fun fest. That show is really fun.
Yeah, they
That's
do a good
starting to
job
pick
coming
up.
out, and I wanted like Ethan does the Grand Junction show too, so
Okay.
that I'm doing. So birthplace or burial site of one Doc Holliday, right?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
It's fucking cool. You can hike up to his grave.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's where the consumption took him. Finally,
Yeah, man. And I'll tell you what, there's nothing like seeing a grave.
What have you guys ever gone to famous graves? It's
Buffalo-
a great barbecue place.
Steve used to work there.
Have you ever been to I've been to that one, the Doc Holliday one, but I don't know if I've been to any other ones I can think of.
Buffalo Bill Cody is here.
Okay,
Have you
Golden.
been though?
Yeah, I've been.
Yeah.
There's a huge rivalry between Cody, Wyoming and Golden, Colorado because they claim that he was buried here, but then they stole him and buried him actually in Cody, Wyoming.
They stole him, huh?
Yeah, they dug up the body.
And they weren't sure. They weren't sure.
Well, I wasn't around during this time. This is all hearsay.
Well,
by
yeah,
now.
but when somebody says they stole a grave, don't you check to make sure that you still have or did they switch the bodies? Did they put another dead guy there?
I have no idea.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think that's maybe the trashiest thing I've ever heard.
Stealing a body and taking it home?
Yeah, for rights of like being like, yeah, he's our
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm gonna just go pull up Jim Morrison's corpse from Paris and bring it to my mom's backyard.
He had barbecue here once.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's the only. I wanted to go to Chris Farley's grave when I was in Madison, but then my ex-girlfriend was like, "We're doing this," and I was like, "Fine." And now,
But I mean, why did you want to go?
he's like one of my favorite comics.
You just
know?
wanted to pay your respects.
Yeah. Like I would be like that. You know, like sometimes I need to be emotionally inspired.
Touch the headstone and
Yeah.
take a deep breath.
Well, I was gonna fall on it and break it.
Like,
I thought that would be the ultimate homage to one of my heroes.
I know a lot of people in Tulsa go to Sam Kinnison's.
Do they?
Yeah, because in one of the comedy condos.
Was he buried in Tulsa?
Yeah, that's where he was from.
But he was such a Texas comic.
Yeah, it's really weird, but that's where he's buried.
Oh,
and
wow.
It's the tombstone is very mild. It's just flat on the ground. A lot of people will take a piece of paper and do the like chalk rub or whatever.
Yeah.
So
in case they want to recreate it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you said so. You hike up to it. Was
It's
it?
not like it's like up a hill. It's not
Because I was
like
gonna
a
say,
hike.
didn't you have didn't you have the joke the other night where you called hiking walking without coffee?
Yeah, it sucks, man. It's such bullshit that you guys like it so much here.
You know what? I'm not that into it, man.
You for sure are.
Yeah, I
Look
do.
at you.
It's
I'll do it
I
every
bet you
once
got
in a
like
while.
special shorts for it and stuff.
yeah. What? Yeah. I mean,
Vanderploeg,
He gets discounts on those shorts though.
That's
yeah.
fact.
Oh well, I might as
Yeah.
well. If you get a discount, you should probably
Yeah. Get the
probably make it a thing, part of your personality.
The nice soft
Yeah.
wick shorts.
Yeah, I get a discount on Apple products. I don't know shit about computers.
AJ does ads for Kelty. He's literally the face
yeah,
of an
I am.
outdoor brand.
Are you really?
That is. Yeah.
What's Kelty?
Kelty is like it's an outdoor company. They make tents, backpacks, trekking poles, things like that.
Hey, you're not allowed to plug their shit unless they pay us on here.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Kelty. How'd they come up with the name?
Dick Kelty was
Oh,
the yeah.
Well, they didn't go with Dick.
Yeah. Would there be
Yeah,
Dick backpack?
Well, there's already a Dick's in the sporting wear world.
already
So
taken.
yeah,
So if you could visit anybody's grave, Chris Farley would be the grave you would visit, or was that just
no, I was because I was
situational?
there. Yeah,
Who would be your choice? Your ultimate grave destination.
We could sell that to the travel network, I think.
I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know.
Yeah.
I like that. I don't. Do you have one?
I don't know. Do any of you guys have one?
Graves really don't do it for me. I'm not huge on them.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of who if I was young, I think maybe Hendrix would have been somebody that I was
kind of
like,
stuff.
Yeah.
Like if you don't seek it out, but if you're like, it's 20 minutes away, this might be cool if it's an artist or somebody who
Yeah.
had an impact on you.
Maybe Tom Petty.
Yeah.
I think iconically, even
God,
though
Tom Petty's I saw him live and I love Tom Petty and I still like his music, but I saw him live and I was just like, what a prick, man. He so he comes out, so first of all, he bows after every song. And not just once.
You're welcome.
30 seconds he will bow.
When did you see him? Did you see him before he went? Like a little while before? Like was it?
No, I saw him after he died.
no. Like
saw him
I meant
live.
right before he went. You prick.
No, I saw him.
Vanderploeg's the hippie. I'm the asshole.
No, I saw him probably 9 years or so before he died.
Okay, because sometimes they do that old guy thing when they're up there in their years and they're still performing, where they take a lot of breaks by telling stories or bowing, because it's exhausting for them.
Was it in Colorado?
Yeah, it was at a festival at Dick's.
I mean, sometimes the altitude just gets to people.
Yeah.
Well, but he would do that. But here's the other thing.
I hate it.
He would after he would bow, then he would have he had a guitar squire that would come out and kneel and present him with the guitar to play his next fucking song.
And then he plays Wildflowers, and you're like, what an amazing contrast.
Yeah, and then
This demigod attitude to
yeah, he plays let's get to the point and roll another joint, and then he bows for 30 seconds afterwards and then hands off his guitar to the guitar squire, who then presents him with his next axe.
Yeah,
to
that's fucking
and I was just like, I think Tom Petty really likes Tom Petty.
Yeah. I think that's true. To be that big of an act, you kind of have to be your biggest fan. In some at least maybe you don't need to be a prick, but you definitely have an it takes a tremendous amount of ego to be that famous.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's all bad, because I know you hear ego and you think negatively, but I really think that. Do you think Bruce Springsteen doesn't have an ego? That guy's got a massive one.
dude, I've seen Bob Dylan 3 times, and probably the first time I saw him,
What
I
is
was
that
way
like?
too young, and that would have been the best. He was still playing acoustically. I was probably 9 years old. My parents brought
It
him.
was before Dylan went electric.
And I was just I couldn't understand what was happening. The last
No
time
wonder
we
you
saw
ended
him-
up the face of an outdoor brand.
The last time I saw him, he was just in rhinestones and literally shaking his hand and teapotting. And I was like, are you? I felt like he was mocking me for the cost.
Because he's infamous about not playing shit the way it's people
Yeah,
hear it now, right? 'Cause
absolutely.
he's bored. He's like, I'll play Blowing in the Wind, but it's going to be a fucking xylophone solo in the middle of it.
Yeah, it's almost like he's like, I'm going to see if I can lose you. And then he go, oh, here's one, and everyone's like, yeah. And he goes, yeah, doing it a different way.
Yeah, I wrote this sketch because that's the thing you always hear about him is that he doesn't play any of his shows like the way you want to hear them, you know? Like, so that you just go to a Bob Dylan show and it's just like him, just like, and there's just like gothic metal stuff hanging everywhere. The show is like, and it's very, you know, like very King Diamond kind of vibes going. I thought it would be awesome.
He has someone from Slipknot playing the keg.
He's like, everyone's like, Dylan fucking rips.
Dude,
All these old blue hairs with their fucking hair spiked right up because it's so cool.
I saw Glenn Danzig one year, and he was getting old, and he was kind of still throwing bows, but he lost his balance a couple times, putting his leg up on the speaker. Yeah. And after every song, he would go back, and he'd kind of pull his hair back so you wouldn't see the bald spots. That was kind of interesting.
That was like, did you guys see The Irishman?
I tried.
Yeah. Man. There's a scene where De Niro beats up a guy, and he has to kick him in the face. It's like, that you're getting beat up by a geriatric. Like this is, it's like he's just an old man. It's like whatever, but it's like, you're telling me Martin Scorsese can't figure out a way to shoot this where it looks like somebody's actually kicking someone in the head? You know, like he got on these rocks near a riverbed to throw a gun in the river, you know, like typical mobster movie shit. And I was like, oh God, I hope Robert De Niro doesn't fall. Like...
That's the big twist in The Irishman is that he breaks his hip trying to throw a gun in a river.
That movie, it sucked.
Yeah. I mean, old guys are scary, though. I was dating this...
old guy?
I had an ex-girlfriend.
Because they remind you of mortality?
I had an ex-girlfriend, and I mean, he was probably in his 60s, but like we pulled up
Hold
to...
on, what?
That's,
you said that wrong. I had an ex-girlfriend. He was probably in his 60s.
Her like...
Oh, yeah, I saw... Yeah, you want to get cute with though? I saw Tom Petty after he died. You're going to let that slide away? Her ex-girlfriend is probably in his 60s.
So her stepdad was in his 60s.
Okay.
And somebody like cut us off at the gas station for the gas pump that was like this young tough guy, and he just rolled his window down and got super scary, and he's like, do you want to tell your kids you got fucked up by an old man? And the guy looked at him and he was like, no, man. And he just like got in his car and fucking drove out.
It just he went to a different gas station.
He like drove around to another pump. But
his pump cut the sin of a lesser stag.
He was like, I'm not that afraid of this old man, but yeah. And I was like, that's a good threat. I'm going to use that when I'm an old man if I ever feel like I need to, get tough.
You're walking around with a cane and
not over a gas pump. I wouldn't do it, but if like someone I loved was threatened,
I might do it over again. I'm going to need a lot of reasons to get through my days the older I get.
Yeah. My father-in-law was classic about that. He had a mindset of, he goes, once I'm old, I have a cane, I'm a bit disabled, I can say whatever I want. You going to beat me up? That's going to make you look bad.
That's such a bitch move. Yeah. That's such a fucking shit. Yeah. You're gonna be a prick. I'll yell. I won't hit an old man, but I'll yell right back at one. I swear to God, I don't care how senile they are.
Yeah.
They've heard it all before. I'm sure.
They've all done awful things before.
I won't beat up someone with a cane, but I'll flick them right between the eyes.
Just thump them in the forehead. What are you doing?
I might brush their shoulder when I walk by a little aggressive. I don't know. I can't. I'm just so tired of being bullied. I've been bullied in my life, and so now I stick up for myself, and it feels way better. I don't know, even I was walking. This was when I first got to New York. And I ran into this woman, and she ran into me. So if you run into somebody...
So you bullied a woman in New York.
They're both not looking. So it's everyone's fault.
Coming around a corner?
Yeah, no.
Like a meet cute situation?
No. But she started yelling at me, and I was just like, oh, I'm the one who only did something wrong here. And I was like, that felt good.
Yeah. When did that come in? At what point of your life were you like, you know what? I'm tired of being bullied. I should stand up for myself.
I probably in my 20s, and sometimes I'm still maybe I'm not bullied, but I'll be like, I should have said something.
Yeah.
Somebody's not even rude, but they're just dismissive or they forget.
Yeah.
I don't like that feeling. And it's not about being an alpha. It's just not about carrying the feeling around.
Not about being a rug.
I just see Shane yelling at Noah. My fucking credits.
Listen here, you little ginger fuck. Get back to the lemonade stand. I don't like carrying the feeling around of not having stuck up for myself. So that's really what it comes from. It's not I never am looking for conflict, but I just don't like
Was
alpha, like boy, like
Yeah.
Yeah. Was it awkward the first time you did it? Because I can remember.
It was reactive. You know, it's like.
Did you overreact that
No,
first
no,
time?
I don't think I overreacted. I think it was completely appropriate for running into someone to yell at a woman.
Yeah. So you.
Well, she was also yelling at me like right away. You know?
Yeah,
so like
yeah.
it was one of these things of like, I wouldn't have done that if she hadn't have been. I would have been like, "Are you okay?" Or I like to think I would have. But she started like unloading on me, and I'd already had a long day, so I think I was ready to take out some attention. But if she hadn't have done that, I don't think I would have done that.
Yeah. I mean, in the
I just don't like that
podcast,
feeling of not sticking up for yourself. It's so debasing.
in the summary of the podcast, we'll just say Shane runs into a much smaller woman and then yells at her.
Whatever gets you guys clicks. You know,
It's just all clicking. The things
I'm
that
here
point out.
giving you time on my Saturday.
Yeah,
I wanted to go see Farley's grave. What's it going to say about Vanderploeg?
Yeah. What about you, Vanderploeg? You ever just snap on people?
Oh boy.
Oh, hockey,
I mean,
hockey,
come-
Steve.
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
High stick and Steve.
I started standing up for myself in middle school, and sometimes I stand up for myself a little too often. Gotta let stuff go.
What? Hold on.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You should have seen his eye
Are you
twitch.
saying stand up for yourself and being aggressive or in the same kind of like?
Don't fuck with me. That's all.
I don't like it. Yeah. He's standing up for himself right now.
That's right.
He's
I feel
literally wearing a
bullied,
shirt
Shane.
that says "fuck around and find out."
But it's got a children's drawing of Gritty.
Who's Gritty?
Gritty's the lovable Philadelphia Flyers mascot.
There's no such thing as a lovable Philadelphia mascot.
Well, he's not a real person. There's not a person inside of him. He's
I mean, there's not a lovable Philadelphian as far as I'm concerned. They're trash people.
actually Gritty is like probably my favorite Instagram account. He's fucking hilarious. He's so funny. There's no way that he doesn't have comedy writers as a
Really?
mascot. Oh, for sure.
Are you from Philly?
No, I just like Gritty. Gritty's fucking funny. I don't like the Flyers.
It is weird that you're a fan of a mascot.
Follow
Your
it.
work has inspired
Follow
me.
him. I will show you some stuff after this. So you're gonna be like, all right.
I can't wait. Like,
all right.
You're like, you remember when the Flyers won the cup in 2006?
No,
And they won on that overtime goal.
there's
I
one,
feel that when you did "Let's Go Boys" and you chanted it at the audience, that changed the momentum of everything. I like this for you. This is good.
There's like during an intermission, he just like made a box of rope and then just put the DVD logo on a stick and just bounced it from the rope like back and forth. And that was the whole entertainment was him just moving the DVD thing.
Were you telling me Joe Pera is like midnighting as a mess?
It's possible.
Yeah, that is super fucking funny.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, that would make me laugh. I'd giggle. I'm gonna giggle later thinking about it. Yeah. Okay, I'll follow Gritty. Yeah. That's another grave I'll go to.
I'll stand up for myself when I'm driving sometimes.
Yeah.
Because there's some real aggressive people out there, but
Yeah.
that's also really dumb because there's some real aggressive people out there.
Yeah, it's true. Like,
Yeah. So my girlfriend's friend was dating this guy, and then I saw that two Tesla owners got in a fight over a charging station, and one guy shot and killed the other guy.
What?
And then my
did
girlfriend
not
goes,
see that coming.
No, not at all.
yeah. And then my girlfriend goes, yeah, my friend's dating that guy.
Oh my god. I would have thought they would have tased him
like-
because it's
she's like-
also electric.
I also thought I would have thought one of them started throwing baby carrots at the other one or something. Like.
Yeah, and I guess that the guy called them like right afterwards and was like, "Hey, I just shot somebody in self-defense," and the guys.
and Elon Musk was like, "It's fine."
It's all according to plan. Here we go.
The
Let's
AI
get it.
is already winning. It's turning us against one another.
And two people from Cody, Wyoming was like, "We'll take the body."
But yeah, I guess from what I read, the other guy had a gun too. So yeah, it's two Tesla drivers, two electric car
Where was
drivers
this?
with guns in Denver. Like over, I think Sloan's Lake area, actually. Like, kind of by where I live. So yeah, I don't know.
I'm very
Be careful. Be careful defending yourself out there,
You
Steve.
know, the car shit's stupid. It's real because you can't, like, I mean, anybody could have a gun, but it's more likely in a car.
No, I had a guy fly up on me while I was passing someone the other day, and I was like getting ready to go over, and then he like fucking cut over and tried to go around me, like as I was making like a normal, just getting over to let him by. And I fucking cut over super hard in front of it because it just pissed me off. And then I was like, I'm going to get fucking shot. What are you doing?
Yeah, well, that to me is also like them being bullies. Like they're driving around making everybody else deal with their circumstance. It's like bullshit, you know? Like,
and they're probably not in a hurry to get fucking anywhere.
No, like, and it's always the same kind of dickhead, you know? Like, I hate it. It really upsets me.
It can also really backfire on you. I watched a guy, we were at a stoplight, and we were getting ready to make a left turn to get on I-25. And at I-25, they have those double lanes, and then they have the lights to let you go.
Yeah.
This truck wasn't moving, so this guy honked. It was just like, hey, are you paying attention? And then that truck was fucking over it. Like, he went to go, the other guy swung him around him. Now they're arguing. The guy's going at the same time, and he's got his window down, literally trying to flip the guy off, yelling. And the dude is just like, I don't give a shit.
I was on I-25 on rush hour once, and
This is the guy who didn't give a shit was the guy honking? Like the guy who honked was not being aggressive. It was the guy who was sitting at the light.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. He was just like giving the like, hey, we should all go.
Yeah, and the weird part is it was I may have misspoke because it was the truck that was not being aggressive. That was the one that went slow, but the guy in the car lost his shit.
Yeah.
Maybe that was backwards. Anyway, the car, because he was paying attention to the other vehicle, flipping off and yelling, the lane went into end. And when it went to end, the guy was literally about to run himself completely off the road because he's just paying attention to this other guy. I watched the whole thing go down, and I was like, this is a fucking disaster.
I don't know what it is, but it just is so. I was in L.A., and in this parking lot, and everybody's like trying to find a spot. And this woman drove by this spot, and I started to pull into it. And she goes, I was going to get that spot. And I was like, you drove by it. She goes, I was. And she's like, because everybody's looking for spots, you know,
right.
And so she just assumes that the first one that opens up is hers, I guess. And I was like, she goes, I know how parking lots work. And I was like, I don't think you do. There's no fucking, it's not take a number, you know,
right.
I'm not like, mean, but I am like, you're being an idiot. Like the best way to win these situations half the time is to just be smarter than them when they're arguing with you, and not Oh my god, I have to share this. This was we were at this bar on the Lower East Side, and it was a comic's birthday. I can't remember who it was, but a bunch of us hanging out, and there was a very small, crowded bar, and there was this group of guys playing pool that was not with the birthday party, and one of them was like mad aggressive. Like he'd be like, excuse me, move. Like he started saying shit
just
like
in the bar.
Because it was just so crowded, no one had anywhere to go. You know, like he was like, he just I was like, hey man, start being nicer. You know, I said something to him.
Yeah.
And then and he didn't say anything to me because I was like, I'm bigger than a lot of people or whatever. You know, like, but he was like, he would do shit like have his pool cue out and start like using it to like bump people behind him and stuff.
Fuck that.
And he hit one of the girls we were with, you know, like one of our buddy's girlfriends, and then he blew this shot, and I was like, "Oh, great shot!"
Oh god!
And he goes, "I'm better than your mom," and he thought our buddy Alon said it, and he looked at Alon, and he goes, "I'm better than your mom." He goes, "Yeah, my mom's an immigrant. Of course, she's bad at pool." and everybody laughed so hard he just like walked away. Like,
oh wow!
Because he was just like he thought he was being so fucking great by being loud and obnoxious. You know, it was awesome. He got like floored. It felt so good. Of course, she's bad at pool. She's an immigrant.
Yeah. But also, like, what kind of, like, anybody that's still just, like, trying to, like, I don't know you and my aggression to your mother.
Yeah.
Like, it's not 1994 anymore. Like,
and also, you're like, what a fucking clever. Yeah.
Like,
so what's really been driving me crazy is people vaping. Like I went to the Nuggets Suns game a few weeks ago, and this dude is just blowing. He's right in front of me. I'm 2 feet away, and he's just blowing fucking clouds, man. And he hits it like once, and I'm like, okay, that's all right. You know what I mean? But then he just fucking, not less than like 30 seconds later, he just like blasted again, dude. And he's got a tank, man. He's like fucking.
It's like a look at me kind of thing.
He's like not being like secret, like, well, and he's like blowing it like down, but it's just fucking, it's going fucking everywhere, man. It's like a goddamn fog machine. And I'm
Zach's the old man yelling at clouds.
Right. Oh my god. No, I did, man. And then I had this moment where I was like, are you that kind of fucking old man? You know? And the Nuggets were winning, and I was like, if they weren't winning, I'd be even more mad. But I didn't say anything at first. And then after he did it like 20 times, I started to literally feel like I was maybe getting like a nicotine buzz.
Yeah, tasting the blueberries.
Yeah, I could like, well, and it was some fragrant one where I was like,
Obnoxious as shit. I've had people do that at comedy clubs.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I was just like, hey man, I don't care if you like hit this thing to get your fix. I used to smoke cigarettes, way cooler. I'm thinking in my head. But like, yeah, I understand if you need your nick or whatever, but like, dude, you're just like ripping this thing like you're fucking sitting in your house, you know? Like, he's like, oh, sorry, dude, sorry.
So he was like nice about it, like.
So he moves, he's with 6 people. He moves to the farthest chair away from me that he can get, and then he just starts blowing clouds in somebody else's face.
Totally doesn't get like just have some consideration for the environment you're in.
Yeah.
Well, and I was looking at those people and I was like, am I that kind of an old man where I'm about to say some shit for other people? And then I was like, no, I'm not that much of an old man yet.
Yeah.
They can talk their own shit if they want.
I don't know. I just want to be like, just take it outside, dude. Like, it's awful. It's so fucking rude. You know, like, I mean, I ride public transit all the time in New York, and when people don't have their headphones in or they take a loud phone call, oh my fucking God. This guy took a loud phone call right next to me. And I was just like, come on. Like, what are you doing? Like, it's rude to me. I don't know what I guess on a train, it really shouldn't be that big a deal, but like on speaker, like I don't need to hear both ends of the conversation.
There was
also at a point with like New York, there's such a concentration of people that they just forget they're around other people, right?
No, you know.
They just don't give a shit.
People do that on the light rail here. Too.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a fucking
It's just
thing.
a rude thing. Like when people like listen to music without headphones and shit like that.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about a bike messenger either who's going to be gone in 10 seconds.
I got stuck last night at the concert behind a guy with a fucking top hat on. And
It is the Dresden Dolls. That's not surprising.
Well, I know, and I'm like, and I wanted to be like, dude, what the fuck are you? But then I like look up there, and the drummer has the same fucking hat on, and I'm like, okay, you're just dressed like the drummer. But I'm like, what a shit.
That's the lamest thing you can do, though, right? It's like,
Just like the drummer.
is wear the T-shirt of the band or whatever. If you wear the hat of the drummer, you're a fucking geek.
Oh, these are all hardcore Dresden Dolls fans. They all looked like some sort of fucking clown or mime or fucking something, you know. And yeah, I don't know, but I was very tempted to be like, hey man, will you hold your hat? And every time I was about to just like say it, the crowd would shift a little where it wouldn't bother me anymore, and I would have an angle, but then it'd come back. I took like a video.
It's so funny.
He's like 6'7" wearing a top hat in front of you.
Standing on stilts.
Yeah.
In my head, I just love the idea of it being the same person that was blowing clouds at the basketball game. It's constantly that guy just keeps
He's wearing a
showing up.
Nuggets jersey also.
Yeah,
Just following Zach around.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Yeah. Take off your dumb fucking hat, man.
He looks like he's in a Clockwork Orange.
Yeah, well, and Megan and I had kind of like it was super crowded GA, so she was to the side of me for a while, and then she like the crowd shifted where she decided to make a move and come over in front of me, and I was like, "Welcome to Top Hat Land."
We were at I was at seeing Drive By Truckers in Atlanta, and Dave Stone was with me where Red Clay was going on, and these fucking Southern frat boys who like maybe the worst demographic of people. Like just stood right in front of us, like we're clearly like we're giving these people like the proper amount of space. And then these guys stand right in front of us, and Dave just taps one of them on the shoulder and points to an open space on the floor. He goes, "You can grab some of that right there." And they moved. It was. I was just like, that was awesome.
God,
like
dude,
I almost like had a crush on Dave for a little bit.
I'm not gonna lie, I should have told that guy to take his top hat. In a nice way, I should have been like, "Hey." Because
You can always nice is always the way to do it.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, and then if they're a prick, it's like, no, you're a fucking asshole. Your hat's stupid. Move.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can crush them pretty hard that way if they're in a wild outfit.
Yeah. Was like that's how you do it. I think you go from like you go to nice, and then you go like, okay, fucking move. You know, like yeah.
I had a guy I was at the Belly Up to see the string cheese incident, and it was
Who? Oh god, you check
That's
every,
pretty hippie. That's pretty
It is.
hippie.
check every fucking box.
Yep, I know exactly which
you
side
wearing
of the
socks?
fence. Yeah, I do have socks on.
Okay. Well,
But
They're STS-9 socks, though.
but
Must have a formal engagement later.
But I got there like 3 hours early, got in, and was just holding up second row. And some guy came in, a larger dude. He knew the people in front of me, and he just works his way in there. And at first, the band's not playing, so I'm like, okay, this guy's just going to talk, and then he's going to move back. And then he's just doing this elbow thing where he's trying to like fin me out.
Yeah.
And I'm just getting pushed back, and I'm getting more and more irritated. And I'm the only one that I'm not there with anybody, and I don't know how to handle it. And the guy keeps looking back at me, and finally I just went, "Is this what we're going to do all night? We're just going to be on top of each other?" And he goes, "What?" And I was like, "We're going to be on top of each other this whole night." And I don't know what I sounded like to him. I thought I was cordial. He just went, "I'm sorry." And then he left. And I was like, man, I was pretty tough.
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah. He's a big dude.
He's a pretty big guy.
Yeah.
I felt good about it.
You know, next time you tell this story, he'll be 6'4" and made carved out of the side of a mountain.
But it was just
And
one
I
of those.
said, "Hey, dickhead."
Yeah.
So
But the thing is normally I would just
Arm
sit there
grab.
yeah. break.
So Jake and I, when we were in college, we went to it was RJD2, the DJ, and we're there, and we're like fucking we're drunk, and we're being rowdy and like dancing around and stuff. And this guy's like, "Hey, you guys need to stand still," or whatever. He basically told us we couldn't dance anymore. And then
Fuck yourself, man. Like-
oh yeah, and I'm like telling this guy, I'm like, "Fuck you, man, fuck you," you know. And then all of a sudden, the bouncers are like on us, and they're like, "You guys gotta fucking go! Like, you're out of here. You're fucking out of here." And I'm like, "That guy told us we couldn't dance. Like, fuck you." And at this point, I realized that why I was yelling at that guy, Jake had a knife on his keychain, and he pulled out a fucking knife and showed the guy a fucking knife.
Oh, yeah.
That's why you're out of there.
Yeah, and I
I'm
was
just
like,
trying to have a good time and feel this.
I'm just like defending the right to dance, and Jake's doing it with a blade behind me, just silently, you know, like,
Yeah.
and I was like,
Footloose would have been such a different movie if that's
but yeah, at that point I was like, okay, yeah, we definitely, and then yeah, that was a thing after that. I was like, don't ever pull a knife out again behind me.
That's like, I had a friend, and she was like, in New York, and she was just like, "I'm thinking about carrying a knife on me." And I was like, if you pull out a knife, someone is going to take it from you and use it against you.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
Oh, yeah.
you're 110 pounds. Don't be an asshole. Like,
Yeah.
it is. I'm not saying you shouldn't feel safe, but that's the dumbest way for you to have. That's like the dumbest choice I would like for anybody. Nobody needs a knife half the time.
Well,
Dude, I carry one on me all the time, and I do use it for like opening boxes and shit.
That's-
pretty cool.
yeah, that's pretty hippie.
But like I had this neighbor, Zach was over one
let's
time.
see it.
When here, show it to everybody. I found this knife.
That's
on
not a
the,
knife.
On the
That's
floor.
not a knife.
This is a knife. You call that a knife? This is a knife.
Cut their mic cord right now. Show them how hard you are.
I found this knife on the floor of a Spells concert, which clearly it wasn't supposed to be there. And I was like, well, I'm keeping this. And I've had it for like 4 years. And it just sat on my shelf until I had this like terrible neighbor that started like threatening us and shit. And then I was like, I should just carry a knife all the time. And now I do. And I stabbed my neighbor.
I like to think that you're going to get a
Do you
message
think, like,
from
if you pull a knife out, what do you think? Seriously, because like I think that's a point of escalation. That's like,
for sure.
insane. Yeah,
It's just
nobody needs to do that. Like,
it's like a gun where it's like if you're gonna pull it out in terms of like aggression, like you better be fucking ready to use it.
So if that
Yeah.
knife comes out, are you ready to use it? You ready to cut him up?
I wouldn't.
I'm gonna
pull
give
it-
somebody
I wouldn't-
a
yeah,
little reminder every time
All right.
they look in the mirror
So
that they got pluged.
say we're
That's not pluging.
say I've elevated it to the situation where you're ready to use a knife on me. Pull it out and get ready to attack.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
I'm not gonna actually pull it out.
Pull out the blade.
No.
This is
Yeah, no, I pull out the blade.
Like I said,
You're
if I'm gonna
holding
pull it out, I better
you're
be ready to
holding the
use
knife wrong to stab a human being. That's not how you hold it.
Because it can go down.
No.
How are you supposed to hold it?
If you're gonna stab somebody or you're gonna fight with a knife, you hold it like this and you stab like that.
Okay.
Why is that?
It's just
No, if you're gonna tell us why, you need to have a backbone on that.
That's how they
you don't
hold
just
them in the
come in with
video
your
game.
South
It looks
Dakota
cool.
hillbilly
It looks
logic.
cooler.
I think that like when you stab like this, that you don't have as much momentum and stuff. This allows you to stab and because think about it, like this are versus.
Like maybe it
You
slips.
just move it
Yeah, and I think it's less likely to slip out of your hand too.
Yeah, maybe it's a grip thing. I'm just curious.
It's a grip thing, but like
Hey, stop waving Steve's knife at me.
Oh, you scared of my knife?
No, I just think it's like such an escalation when you do those things. Like people do that.
totally.
Yeah.
well, and if they have a knife, then they pull out a knife, and then all of a sudden you're like,
What
you haven't trained to fight with a knife at all. You don't know how to fight with a knife. So
you're like one level above him.
I know, but I don't.
You're kind of at the same level now.
Yeah, but I don't carry it. I don't know. It's like if you have a gun in your house, as much as you think it's going to make you safer, having a gun in your house makes you so much more likely to get shot.
Yeah.
And like when I got robbed at gunpoint by people, like everyone with the concealed and carry that heard about it was like, oh, well, they wouldn't have been able to rob me or whatever. And I was like, because you would have had two guns in your face and you would have pulled your gun out and had a gunfight from 2 feet away from them. And that doesn't make any sense. And it's like, oh, or when they were running away, you would have shot two fucking, I mean, they could have even been like 7. They were young fucking kids.
Yeah.
You're going to shoot 2 people in the back when they're running
That's
away.
what happened to you here.
I was robbed at gunpoint here by 2 like young kids with guns.
Yeah.
And but afterwards,
They were squirt guns.
It was a 38
they were
and a
holding
9
them like this.
millimeter, but no, they were holding them like this. They were so
holding them.
nervous. They're like I do a bit about how. I could tell that it was the first time I'd ever been robbed, but I could tell
Oh, I heard it the other night.
Yeah. But no, they were shaking like fucking. That was the scariest part is they were shaking and their hands are on the trigger. But like, I don't know.
Well, that's the other thing. If you have a gun, no matter how
Nervousness is also like seems way more dangerous than somebody who would know how to hold a pistol and like knows like
Right.
at it. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's like well this is like an accident waiting to happen. for the
Yeah,
first
you're
time on
like
a
your
skateboard.
trigger discipline is.
Yeah.
You weren't trained on how to hold a gun during a robbery.
Yeah, because if you went around, if someone went back to even grab their wallet and the nervous person thought it was a gun, they might
Yeah.
just accidentally pull the trigger.
Cops do that all the time.
Yeah. They thought it was their taser.
Or I mean, like I in high school I took this class and they were like, if you get pulled over and you have to reach in the glove box, say that you're opening the glove box to get like your license or registration or whatever, because sometimes if they see you just go for the glove box, they'll just fucking shoot.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like cops are trained to be ready to just do that shit.
Did you go to a black high school?
No, it was very white.
Was it here in Denver?
It was in the burbs.
Yeah, it was very
the
white.
burbs.
Yeah, it was
yeah.
very white. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just I think like pistols, all that shit's so like I don't know. Like I get like a mace or something, like because that's an offensive thing. You're not like you're like it just that's
like
that's to ward
the
people.
spiky ball on the
Yeah,
stick.
yeah.
Like, I get a mace.
Yeah, the kind I see fitness like influencers running around with on treadmills and shit.
I don't know. I've seen a lot of women, they'll carry that keychain thing. It's just like a black kind of puncture that, like, if you hit someone in the throat with it, will fucking take them out.
Yeah.
But it's
If you
not
hit
like a
someone in the
knife.
throat with nothing, it could take them out.
Yeah.
But, well,
Isn't it crazy that brass knuckles are a thing? I was watching.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was rewatching Vice Principals the other day, and that's it. Did you guys ever watch it?
I did not.
Not Walt Goggins, Danny. There's a part where Walton Goggins or Danny McBride just clubs this dude in the face
yeah.
with brass knuckles. I was like, what a wild invention! Like I don't hit hard enough. I'm gonna
feel
make
like
steel
I
my
would-
weapon.
I feel like I would break my own knuckles back.
Oh, it seems like it hurts. They're just so violent feeling in your hands.
Yeah.
Like it's fucking insane.
Oh, I mean, one hit and you're fucking done, dude. And it can kill you. Like, Hiker got punched in the face when he got robbed in Spain. Someone hit him with brass knuckles and then took his shit. Like, I mean, you're not fighting back after one punch to the face from brass knuckles.
Yeah.
Well, also, at what point do you need to
It's
take
like
it to
getting
that
hit.
level?
It's like getting hit with a bat.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of times if someone approaches you and goes, give me your fucking wallet, like, what are the chances that you're going to just not go?
So there's
I would be
a
like,
lot of
here's my wallet.
there's
Yeah,
a,
but
That's the same
and
fucking-
then the
How
guy's
did I
gonna
get
go,
wrong again?
Yeah, you're holding that
I
knife
never
wrong.
learned. I never learned.
there's a lot of forms of robbery though. There is the give me your stuff.
Yeah.
With like the gun or whatever. There's also the just like my buddy used to have a friend that his move is he would wait for someone to come out of the liquor store carrying like a ton of shit, and he would just walk up and he's a Golden Glove boxer, so he would just go up and one hit knock them out and like literally like kind of put them to sleep and grab the shit out of their arms after he hit them and fucking run off with it.
Sounds like totally worth it for 2 60-packs of fucking Keystone Light.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, well, he was fucking a crazy dude.
CTE.
The next time we saw that dude, he fucking one night we were hanging out with one of my friends that he didn't know was our good friend, and he just knocked him out, and he's like, "Get his keys. I'm gonna take his stereo." and we were like, "That's our friend, dude. Like, what the fuck?" And yeah, then we didn't hang out with that guy anymore. And then we saw him. He was like holding a road sign when we were driving one day. And we walk up and he's like, "Look, homie, I got my throat slit." And he's like,
whoa,
yeah. And he had this like giant, like he's somebody who's probably dead.
Somebody was,
but he's like, mentally, but he's also like mentally unstable too. Like,
I mean, he's like somebody
probably punch drunk.
Yeah.
CTE.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. He's like one of those people though, where like when I hear about like somebody that's like, oh, they just robbed the house and killed the whole family, like they didn't even think about not killing them.
Yeah.
Like he's like that kind of psycho, you know,
a sociopath.
Yeah, you know, like he just fucking. Yeah, he broke when he hit my friend one time too. When he laid him out on that hot tub, it broke his fucking jaw. He had to have his jaw, like he had to eat fucking potatoes and shit for a while, like mashed potatoes and shit. It fucked him up. Like he had headaches for like 5 days because the dude just. Yeah. If you're a boxer and you know how to punch, you know.
Yeah,
you can,
it's like you know,
and somebody's not expecting it.
Yeah, especially if you get no protection or no brace, it's like like anybody getting blindsided is like horrifying.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, cool.
No, man, the real hippie stuff today on the pod. But yeah, I don't know. One of the things that we do like to ask is just what.
After we get through the G.G. Allen portion of the show.
No shit. Yeah, like we've already had a weapon shown on this show.
Yeah, this episode's about how to stab.
we opened with talking about visiting graves, and it's gotten worse somehow.
Oh man, yeah. But
one of the definitions of a hippie is being a part of a counterculture. So one of the things we like to talk about is like, one, what is your earliest memory of what you would define as a hippie? And do you see yourself involved in a counterculture?
And I gave Steve a little bit of a heads up on this one. Did you?
I thought about it a little bit, yeah. I mean, I don't like the first thing I really knew of hippies was like the stereotype of Boulder. My mom would say like, "Oh, Boulder, they're going for the hippies," you know. Like Boulder was never a college
Sounds like
town.
a tolerant woman.
Like, what did she warn you? Like,
did you just do a your mama joke? What year is it?
Put your knife back in your pocket. Put your knife back in your pocket.
He wasn't good at tolerance.
Look out for the hippie.
Yeah.
She was a Dutch immigrant.
There's just I get that's so. I guess like that's a thing up there though, like hippies in Boulder at the college and stuff. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I get.
They've got Naropa up there.
What's that?
Which is it's AJ.
AJ's an alumni.
Yeah. So Naropa it's a real like metaphysical college that was established in 1974 by Chogyam Trungpa Rinpoche, Ram Dass.
You make your own paper to do your work on.
You just write beatnik poetry.
And it was,
Hold on, you think you went to college?
No, I literally went for like, I got sucked into the whole thing, thought it was kind of a cool deal, and then I got the bill, and I was like, I don't think I can do this.
I mean, I know people get a lot from those places, but like I'm always just like,
he told me
don't charge for it, man.
He told me,
yeah, it was very expensive.
He told me he was going to do it, and I called him and was like, "Do not fucking do that. What are you doing? It's going to be tons of debt." And then he told me the degree. What's the degree you were getting?
This was recently.
Yeah, it was during the pandemic, dude. I got real bored. You
have a wife, right?
Yep, she didn't get involved. She just let me ride it out, and then
Do you have
afterwards,
kids?
No.
The degree he was going to get though was like a made up degree.
No, it's not a made up degree.
I mean, most degrees are made up.
That I agree with that.
Yeah.
But what was the degree you were going to get?
Contemplative psychology. So it really was still a degree in.
Oh, yeah. Get the fuck out of here.
So yeah,
Contemplative. I have a. What? God. I'm a humorist then. Like, do you understand?
yeah.
You have a degree in podcasting.
Yeah,
For sure.
fuck off. Contemplative.
So this degree-
Hey, give me an example of contemplative psychology.
Well, yeah, it's really just psychology with an. I think it was. This is not going to make it sound any better, but contemplative psychology with an emphasis in mindfulness.
And a minor in wokeness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I can.
I think of you as a smart person, and that
look,
is upsetting.
I'm going to be openly. The whole thing was about it was I was going through this entire phase where I was doing a lot of research on Ram Dass. He helped open the school.
People really like him.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I get.
I
don't know anything about him, but
I
people
just
seem
went
to
through
love
an
him.
entire spiral and got sucked in. And then when I found out he was involved, I just got in. I was teaching at Amazon, was getting bored there. Kind of hit a dead end. The pandemic was going on, and I
were teaching at Amazon.
So
you were
as-
teaching at the corporation that takes what's its beak on anything that is sold through the universe.
Yeah.
He was
And
teaching
then you were
people
like, I'm going to go.
But I'm going to go learn.
But I was
on
teaching,
a dime.
Yeah,
That's you.
but
That is you.
I was teaching contemplative delivery.
do they teach you like, hey, this is the best way to piss in a bottle while you're keeping up with your times?
Okay, this is
hold the bottle. You don't hold the bottle like this. You hold it like
you're holding that bottle like a knife, son. You're gonna get it all over you.
Oh.
So
I just have images
So-
of penis heads being stuck into awkward bottles.
Contemplative psychology is concerned with the psychological study of contemplative processes and practices such as meditation, mindfulness, yoga, introspection, reflection, metacognition, self-regulation, self-awareness, and self-consciousness.
Those
So-
are synonyms for one another.
So
Yeah.
he told me it was going to be like 60 or 80K or something for this degree.
It was a lot.
And then I looked up like what a contemplative psychologist on average makes a year.
Can I please guess?
Yes.
I think it's way less than 80K.
Yes. It is way less
Is
than
there a comma in it?
there is a comma.
$15,000 a year.
I'm going to go 8.
So I think it was like 36K a year.
God, you should have paid to be a lunch lady.
And I was just like, man, like this also, I was like, this seems like a degree where you could be like, I'm a contemplative psychologist tomorrow and
Yeah.
just be like, come on down. And we'll
That's like the way
contemplate.
chiropractors are doctors. Like that is not.
But one thing I will say is a positive of the whole thing. I got to go through the entire experience, and then I got out before the end of the ad drop period. So I got in and out without paying anything.
Okay, well, that's really what you want from a university.
There you go.
That's how you fight the system.
God damn it.
Do you have a first memory of Hippie, Shane?
That actually is making me a little hot thinking about like Warren.
The contemplating?
It's stupid. First memory of a hippie. I don't know. I think like there was like when you're in middle school and high school and you're like kind of searching out for an identity, like so you listen to. My buddy Brian got very into fish and would wear ponchos and stuff like that. So like I guess he was the first hippie guy I knew who was into that kind of like stuff. But then I don't know.
Did he try to pull you in?
No.
Okay.
No.
He never gifted you a poncho or anything?
No.
Have you ever worn a poncho?
There's been times where I have thought they look cool, but I have never worn one. I'm being very candid here. Like I can't make that. No, I bought one at a truck stop. I did wear one. No, I did wear one. I did. We were like, this is hilarious. These people are white trash.
But did it have something on it or?
No, it was just like like my buddy called it a drug rug.
Drug rugs. Yeah.
Which I found to be pretty offensive
To what, rugs?
to Latinos. Yeah. So I guess I've worn a poncho, but that's probably my first memory of a hippie. They're fine. You know, like I can't have a conversation with a lot of them. Some of them are pretty far out to lunch, but you know, most of them are fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, one time my dad caught me reading and he called me a hippie.
Okay, hold on.
I'm just kidding.
How did that go down?
Yeah, what were you reading?
Yeah, it was Cormac McCarthy, but it was wrapped. It was the cover of the Bible around.
So here's a new question that we haven't asked. What travel experience do either of you feel like had the greatest effect on you as a person?
Wow, that's a good question.
That is a good question.
I have well, one time I missed a flight to Phoenix and it cost me a lot of money. So that's so I guess financially, in that sense, that really was a bummer.
Why'd you miss the flight?
Traffic. I was coming. Yeah,
Too busy buying a poncho.
Tangled up in a drug rug.
I was mad. Yeah, that's like I'm trying to think. I get. You know, international travel, I think, is like a
Didn't you just do a big?
European tour, yeah.
Yeah?
I was opening for Bert, yeah, but we did, like, that was really pretty amazing. Like, that was kind of beyond I would say it was beyond my wildest dreams if I had been the headliner of the tour. Like, that was the only thing, like, because this shit was like, we played the O3 Arena in Dublin, like, and all my mom's, like, my cousins came up my mom was from Ireland, so, like, all these cousins I hadn't seen in, like, 30 years came up. And they were like, "This is fucking nuts." And I was like, "Oh yeah, well, wait till the show starts." They all start screaming. Irish people are. I don't know if you heard about this, but they like to get in their cups a little bit. So that was like kind of like I don't know if it had a great effect of how I saw the world, but it definitely felt like very memorable. Yeah.
What were some of the highlights of the trip?
Well, I think I talked about it the other night, but. We were in Amsterdam, and I swear to God, we were in the red light district, and I was there with a guy who calls himself the Machine, two guys from Barstool Sports, and E from Entourage showed up. And I'm not exaggerating at all. And we were all like looking at boobs and stuff, and I was like, "Guess I'm a bro." I've always thought, like, you're kind of an open-minded, thoughtful person, Jane. I'm like, shoot that thing out of your gooch one more time.
Did you go see a sex show?
We saw the Banana Show, which is pretty much what you think it's going to be, and then some other stuff. But I didn't see an actual fucking of people.
Just fruits.
Yeah, fruits. Yeah, they make someone eat it.
You know, I saw the actual fucking of the people, and I was like, I wish this was fruit.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
I did see one. I'm sorry, I did see one. I saw one.
Well, the one I saw, the people fucking looked like they're like, God damn it, this is the 8th show today.
Yeah, no,
you know, like they looked like so fucking tired.
It's very much like I said that. I was like, yeah, these guys might as well be like fucking like, you know, just like diner waitresses in the middle of a double shift. It's fine, like whatever, fine. Yeah, I'll see if they can do that. Like they had like no, it was like you're like, okay. It's like commercialized voyeurism, you know, and I guess that's fine. But I didn't, you know, I'd rather like, because I'd rather like see a stripper do something wild with a banana than watch two people boringly fuck. I like strip clubs, like if like a bunch of guys are just hanging out, but I don't like do private dances. I'll go throw a few dollars up there, you know, because it's But somebody bought me a dance. I can't remember who it was, and she was the meanest girl I've ever met in my entire life. She was like, "You can touch, lick, kiss, anything, just not my pussy." And I was like, "I'm not. Okay." You know, like, and then she was like, I know it's just kind of like not, you know.
You thought that was really mean?
Well, hold on. Yeah, she wouldn't let me touch it. Yeah.
This is the second time Shane ever stood up for himself.
You can have any of these vegetables, just not this cheesecake.
I'm like, did they buy you a pussy touching dance? And you get back and she's like, no,
weird,
touching
man.
the pussy.
She fucking grabbed my dick and she goes, "Big boy too shy. What wrong?" And I was like, stop it. She was like, no. She just fucking like kind of beat me up with her nude body. Like,
Did they get you a hostage dance?
it was wild, man. Like she was like, look, fucking like, and I was just like, where are you from? You know, like
She's like Russia.
she was like, Italy. And I was like, yeah, of course you're Italian. What was your travel experience, Steve?
Man, I don't know. I didn't really travel a whole lot growing up, and so I don't know. Anytime you travel, it kind of like opens your mind a little bit.
Yeah.
The first time I left the country, I was 19. I went with a friend and his parents and his mom. Remember, his mom was first time going through customs. She was like, "Listen, like it's pretty random when they search bags. Just like keep your cool. They're probably gonna pick you because you're, a kid and you got long hair and stuff. So just keep your cool." And then they picked her, and she went just fucking full Karen and just exploded on these poor people working. And
Did it work?
That's why you got a fucking name tag on your shirt. You got to run through my shit. Know what nice stuff looks like.
It was actually very close to that.
Yeah. Oh, I love
Yeah.
it. That is when I love being confrontational. When people are mean to people in a position of servitude.
Oh,
Yeah. This guy, like at the airport, like a few months ago, like he had like a can of shaving cream, and you can't. It was oversized, and he goes, "I just bought it," and she's like, "Well, you can buy it, and you can buy more in there. You can't take it through. You can check the bag." And he goes, "I don't have time," and he was just like bitching, and I was like, and then I was like, "Hey man, you know the rules. It's been forever.
It's been
Right.
since 2001.
Yeah, like
They're changing
just
them though, right?
What?
You're going to be able to take liquids here soon.
Oh really?
Yeah, they're reversing it. I read a thing about it.
Why?
Wait,
I
can't
don't-
you already take liquids?
Because
up
it's
to like,
up to
because it's
3.2 ounces.
ridiculous. Because it's ridiculous that you can't bring. Like I walked on the
Well, you have
train
to know
with
what the
6
liquid-
bottles of wine and a bottle of whiskey, and no one even looked through my bag. Like it doesn't make sense.
but at altitude, isn't it the?
Well, like you have to know what the product, like what's in the product. Is the concern not like?
The concern was always that they could use some sort of flammable liquid,
I thought, bomb juice.
or they could make a bomb with juices or something, or they could squirt kerosene all over the shitter and light it on fire, and like 3 ounces was enough for them to put out easier. I don't know. It's like the one guy had a bomb in his shoe, and now we've had to take our fucking shoes off for fucking 15 years.
What a
me-
remarkable prick.
Yeah.
Like the fucking like.
Ruin it for
I mean, that's like a real like it's at the same energy of thanks a lot Obama. Like this one guy.
Yeah, like think of how many billions of people have been inconvenienced by that fucking prick.
But you know what I
Like
find?
that is the real terror. Like when I think about it,
all right.
Yeah.
Calm down.
But you know what's-
start reading your Reddit history.
What's weird about that is sometimes you go through the airport and they don't make you
Real
take your shoes
terrorists.
off.
Yeah, now everything's different, and it's from airport to airport too.
Yeah.
It's not uniform,
And that's where it gets confusing. Like
Yeah.
you go to take your shoes off and they're like, you don't have to do that here. And you're like, well, okay.
Yeah, and you're like, laptops out, no laptops in.
That's
Shoes
like-
on the belt, no shoes in the bin.
Yeah.
Like it's like, okay, man, pick a thing.
Yeah, just tell me what I'm doing.
Because it's not like a strategic move on behalf of the TSA to be like, well, half of these we're preventing uniformism and scanning because that way people won't figure out one way to beat the entire system. They're just like not doing it.
Yeah.
Like it was just this thing. Because I don't know. Some TDS agents are great, and some of them could not be bigger pricks.
I forgot to take my wallet out the last time I went through, and instead of just having me put it in the bin and go through again, they fucking the way that this guy
They get in you.
Oh yeah, he was up in between my balls and my fucking leg on both sides, like tapped my taint,
Yeah, he's
and I was about to be like,
Are you
this
still
feels
talking about
You're,
this?
you're both.
Are you still talking about the blowjob show?
No, but it was definitely thorough. I was like, couldn't I have just gone back through the thing? Because
Yeah.
he seemed like he was like, God damn it, I
Like-
don't want to touch this guy's balls.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I've had him get pretty handsy with me.
Yeah,
I've gotten yelled at because my ticket, like the airline ticket, said Steve Vanderploeg and not Steven, which is my legal name. And they were like, we're not going to let you through. and I'm like, I'm the same.
Yeah, like I've had things like that happen, and I've been like, "Well, we're gonna talk to someone."
Oh yeah,
who's
like
this
just
is
a
like
Shan or whatever.
Like I think some people just like to be in charge, or
yeah.
not everybody. I think most people are reasonable. But I think that's the kind of shit you're just like,
Yeah.
you're doing this. Either it's your first day and
Yeah.
you are like nervous about this job, or you're a prick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a thing coming back from Arkansas.
Too dumb to be a cop.
That's a pretty low bar, I think. Yeah.
There's a lot of people that can't do the running to become a cop. So they're forced into like
The cardio is like too much for them.
the cardio's too much for them. So like a lot of prison guards can't pass that part of the test, the running part of the test or whatever. Or when I was young in JSC, the biggest asshole pod officer that I had that was like such a prick to me, it was kid jail or whatever, juvenile service center.
Baby booking.
And but I grew up in a legal
Jim
office
Hanson's
too.
baby booking.
So this pod officer happened to be friends with this private investigator that worked in my mom's office, and I got out and he was like, "Oh, did you meet so and so?" And I'm like, "Yeah, he's a fucking prick." And he's like, "Yeah, he's tried to pass the cop exam like 4 times, but he can't do the running part of it, and that's why he's a pod officer." And then he came into the office one day, and I was like, "I ain't in jail anymore, motherfucker, and I can say whatever I want." And boy, did I talk a lot of shit about how he couldn't run fast enough to be a pig.
My buddy in high school, like there was like at the town he grew up in, there was a picture in the newspaper of a cop who was too fat to change a tire, right? And like it was that week, and then later that week, these cops showed up to bust up like an underage drinking party or whatever. And they took someone's truck and they put everybody in the back of the truck, and then like they came to a red light and everybody just jumped out of the back of the truck and took off. And then like a few people like were in squad cars. Like what it was like, they were all back there. They were like, he was like, we were having a great time in jail because they were all just dicking around. Like he was like, which one of you's too fucking fat to change a tire?
Well, yeah, I like the idea they got away because they popped one of his tires. They're like, well, we can't change this.
I think it's so funny. Like it's like there's like, I mean, I guess like anyone can like have a bad day at work, but when a cop does it, like like you see some pictures, like you'll see videos of somebody like somehow sneaking into a cop's car and like driving off with it, and they're just like standing there, like,
oh yeah,
oh, I'm this guy forever now.
Yeah, fucking cops. So your place was just international travel?
That was like my first experience, just seeing how other worlds work.
Where did you go again?
The airport.
Yeah. Well, that was just, we ended up, the trip is to Cabo, which you drive through Mexico a little bit. But then it's all fucking resort shit once you get there.
Yeah.
I think like in terms of like the most like eye-opening shit I've done, it was like either the hotel that they converted to a museum in Memphis, or I toured outside of New Orleans, the only like plantation that actually talks about like the slavery side of it and not the plantation owner.
Yeah.
And that shit was heavy.
Yeah.
But also like
I'm reading a book right now called the free colored people of New Orleans.
Yeah.
And it's about like how the slave trade changed in that city so many times. Yeah.
it was super interesting and definitely one of like the best experiences I've ever had. It was just fucking a real heavy mood for a while after that.
Yeah, I noticed that like in South Carolina, it seems like the only thing they have for historical monuments there are just like, here's a giant house owned by a slave owner. You know?
That's most of the plantations outside of New Orleans is like, that's what they specialize the tours on. It's like, look how good these fucking white people had it. And they don't talk about like the slave side.
Which is like New Orleans is my favorite city in the world. It's like an amazing place, but there's a lot of that and you're like, man, fucking just stop having weddings here.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah.
But
It's called the Whitney Plantation, and it's like, it's very, very good. But
You heard it first. Steve
Yeah.
thinks Whitney Plantation is very good.
it's a good experience. It's good.
Take it in the
it's-
context you think you want to.
5 stars.
yeah, that's like a weird thing. Like when you're going to review something like that, it's like when the vet asked me to review them after my dog died or whatever. How do you review a plantation? You're like, oh, it was.
Yeah. You know he's a good vet because my dog died and I'm leaving him 5 stars.
But
Don't you think like maybe since no one knows anything like that vets know. Like sometimes they could just be like, I don't want to do it today. Like this one's not gonna make it. Like even though they're just like you like the way I'm like I don't want to roll silverware when I would wait tables. And they're just like, yeah, I did it.
You're just paying the new person to do it for you.
Yeah, AJ's got maybe some.
I've got some random questions. So if you want to get into anything that's heavy, or what are you more likely to say between the two of you? Would it be man, dude, or bro?
Man.
Dude.
Okay.
The way you said it, I was like, yeah, that's an honest answer.
Dude, for sure. Yeah, dude.
I think man, but it could be any of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
You use bro?
I've definitely called people bro. Yeah, yeah. But like,
Yeah.
I think like you're not a bro if you use the word bro. Is the thing. Lots of people use the word bro who aren't bros.
Yeah, brah. I feel like brah is even more bro-y than bro.
Yeah, or brah.
Brah.
What's up, bro?
Yeah.
Or bruv. Bruv is like the English one.
yeah.
Yeah. Bruv.
Oh, I don't like that.
It's better than like brother.
Well, I just like I don't like
The
that
guy
there's
from
a V
South
in
Dakota
there.
doesn't like the English slang. We call them a bunch of redcoats.
Yeehaw or nothing at all.
Button fly or zipper?
I have
Zipper.
both. I have both.
Zipper.
Do you have a preference?
I do not have any button fly pants, and I don't think I ever have.
I used to. I had some that I liked, but the zipper.
That, like you button the whole.
Instead
like
of a
4
zipper,
buttons.
there's
No,
four
no,
buttons.
you leave them all open. And what do you think happens?
Because I'm like maybe I'm rocking a button zipper combo.
well,
You think they're pearl snaps?
that's the
I
thing.
That's
got
not-
a button
that's
at
not
the
a
top, and then I got a zipper.
No, you know what we meant.
It sounds like
But technically, they all do have a button.
Steve, get out your knife.
Here you go. I'll let you.
Thank you. It looks
Get
fun.
your fingerprints on here for me.
I don't know. It seems heavy and violent.
Yeah, if you hold it like this, then it looks like whatever.
Do you think it's like so? You think it's an upper button and then like pajama pants?
Or do you think there's like an elasticity?
I mean, I have had pajama pants where there's one button for
you
the
said
fly.
fans. Did you? He did say fans.
did say
Oh man,
fans.
bruv, that sucks.
Yeah. American Sleepy Jams. Fans. I have a friend who makes his own pajamas. Like, and he gives them to us. He gave me a pair. His name's Kunal, and he calls them pajamas. And they're kind of like.
Are they personalized?
Yeah, he puts a K on the inside of them for him, and they have one pocket. Like he's awesome.
It's just a giant poncho.
They're very baggy.
So
And they
he
like
puts-
go like I don't know, like waiters, like like they go way far down, and
Yeah.
they're like he's like he is like some dude makes them for him. Like,
Is he a comic?
Yeah, he's really funny too.
So there's a comic who makes pajamas with his initials on them
Well,
for
first
all
of
of
all-
his comic friends.
They're called pajamas.
Yeah, I'm sorry, pajamas.
He's very funny, good all, but yeah, he doesn't make them for all his friends, but like if
That's how you know that you're like close is like when you get
For
a pair of
sure. Yeah,
pajama
yeah,
pants.
he
You're
goes,
like,
I made
or
him a-
pajama.
I made him a pair of pajamas that he puts like he's awesome, but like he is. I'll be like, what are you doing? He goes, nothing. He
Making
he got mad
pajamas.
at his girlfriend because she told everyone how into lock picking he was getting. And I think he's talked about it, but he's like really good. That's what somebody got him that for Christmas. Like we have our 4 of us are very tight, and we do like a gift exchange, And somebody got him the locks that you can see through, so you can like practice on the mechanism and stuff. He's just so fucking funny. And we're like, it's just 100% his person.
That's like a gift that changes somebody's life, though.
The lock picking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he didn't know that he was into that.
No, he
didn't-
did. Like,
he did.
Yeah, that was yeah.
He's like, I've been trying for a while. Just
Yeah,
with
he's
a paper
so
clip and a
He's like
and a file.
a
but
Jason Bourne-esque kind of guy. It's very weird.
he's like, I'll pick a lock, make it pajamas, and
Pajamas are comfortable, man.
I'm kind of surprised that he doesn't like sell them as merch.
He does sell merch, and his shirt just says, he goes, they got a shirt for sale, and it just says a shirt. He cleans the fuck up.
I bet.
Yeah.
oh yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Fuck.
What else?
All right. Jackets, jean or leather?
Oh, jean.
Jean.
Denim.
Solid.
Denim, yeah.
Yeah. Doesn't matter what color.
Do you own anything?
Is that a point against me? Uh-oh.
Nope. I'm just marking it. He's like, oh no.
That's like when somebody's like being monitored by the state when they're playing with their kids. Like, what are you writing down? Like, it's better if you
better
don't
you
talk.
don't know.
Like you guys just play.
Mustache, sideburns, or beard?
Beard.
I mean, I'm whatever I have going.
Okay.
Here. I'm uncapped.
That's a chin strap.
It's like a
goatee
beard,
hybrid.
Kind of beard. I can't get any high. Yeah, it's fine. I like it.
No, looks good.
This one's up to interpretation. Sunshine or moonshine?
You know what? I did Arguments and Grievances, the debate show one year, and that was the debate was Sunshine versus Moonshine. And I was like still pretty new at comedy, but they put me up against a fucking slam poet. And this comedy debate show, I had to go up against this slam poet, and I fucking demolished him. And it was only like, this was probably 7 years ago and maybe like 3.5 years ago when I was in New Orleans. He called me on Facebook and like left me a super drunk voicemail. It had been years, and he was like, man, you really fucked me up with that. Like, I almost quit slam poetry over this.
Damn it, Steve, you didn't do it good enough. You almost could have saved him.
I know.
He almost quit slam poetry. Then, is he still slamming?
Probably not, I would assume. I haven't talked to him since he left that voicemail. I did not call him back.
You didn't
Yeah.
respond? You just left him hanging?
Yeah. Yeah, it was weird. It was a lot. So anyways, I'd go with Moonshine just because that was my side of the debate.
Why are we even answering this question?
This is where it just gets real weird.
Sunshine, I
Sunshine.
guess.
All right. Hopeful or hopeless?
I wish I was a. You know which one I feel like I am. I want the other one.
I'd say I'm a hopeful guy.
Okay. 2 more. Well, 3 more, I guess. Mushrooms or LSD?
Mushrooms.
Mushrooms.
Okay, solid.
Salad.
Salad. Put it on
Brah.
salad.
Brah.
Salad, brah. Bob or Jacob Dylan?
You know, that's a good question. Because I think Jacob will play the songs you want to hear the way you want to hear them.
He's going to
Like, I'm
do
not
one.
my dad. I can't have this kind of artistic license. Just do whatever I fucking. So in a weird way, you kind of go Jacob if you want to like sing along. But
Yeah.
Bob, because you know there's only so much time one person has.
I thought you were going to go Bob Dylan or Dylan Moby.
Okay.
I'd go Bob.
Bob?
Yeah.
Bob and Jacob. Okay. Last one I have.
I thought that was the last one.
No, I got this one I was holding because it's real dumb. Big
Oh,
Mac.
not like the other smart ones.
Oh, that's right.
All the other fucking clever, thoughtful, contemplative psychology. Eat my shit.
Big Mac or Fleetwood Mac?
Fleetwood.
You can go your own way.
Fleetwood for me, I guess. I'm gonna go Fleetwood.
Are we using Big Macs as the concept of hamburgers
Yeah.
in general, or just
The hamburgers in general,
or just Big Macs?
or Stevie Nicks? Like,
We're going too far into these.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We're thinking about your questions.
These weren't supposed to be contemplative.
I don't know which one.
Stevie Nicks or hamburgers in
I'll say
general? Which would you take?
I'll say Fleetwood Mac. I feel like it'll help me live longer. But one time, Bori told me anytime he meets an older white woman and he wants them to like him, he just tells them that they remind him of Stevie Nicks. Bori said that to me, and I was like, I bet that works a lot.
Do either of you wear open-toed shoes, sandals, flip-flops, anything like that?
I will if I'm at a beach, but no other. I live in New York. That's insane.
Yeah.
Flip flops for sure, especially when it's like if If I'm at the beach or swimming or
You wear flip flops a lot.
during the summer, when it gets above 85, I get flip flop.
You have a specific flip flop temperature.
Dude, it gets hot. Yeah, 85, man.
Celsius or
Yeah, no, I get real hot. My feet get sweaty. So
Have either of you ever spent a large amount of time barefoot?
what is kind of question is that? Of course we have. We were babies.
Like outside?
like just
Like as an adult?
like
Or,
but I mean you mean like in a routine of a regular day?
like have you ever just like not worn shoes for a week and left your
No.
house? Have you ever been camping and just not worn shoes the whole time you're camping?
Of course not.
no, yeah, that's wild.
That's
Well, hey,
There's
you-
glass. There's glass everywhere.
You'd be amazed at some of the other answers we've gotten on here. 'Cause
I don't like your other guest. I'm talking about Steve.
Well, you know,
You got to be careful. He has a knife, and now he knows how to hold it.
Yeah.
don't make me stand up for myself. I'll be the first guy.
This started off so positive. I feel like when we were talking about like how to stick up for yourself, and then it's devolved into basically like a stack of DVDs no one plays anymore.
Steve, have you spent a summer barefoot?
No, there's glass. I just said there's glass everywhere. I'm not trying to cut up my feet.
All right.
The ground's hot. Pavement is hot.
Weak feet, Steve?
That's fucking. You want to?
You know what they say about the Vanderploeg?
Oh, I feel like somebody's
Tenderfoot.
sticking up for their feet now.
You want to feel how fucking soft my feet are, dude? I'd fucking sleep on those things if I could.
Never worked a day in your life with those soft feet.
Yeah, you ever shake a guy's foot and think this guy's never walked
What
a
a
step in his
pussy.
life?
God, have you ever? Oh, that's the grossest feeling.
Just shaking a person.
Touching somebody else's foot that you're not like fucking, you know, or like if my foot touched your foot, I'd be like, oh, foot skin on skin, just like your fucking little hairy knuckled toes. So gross. You know, it's just, ugh.
Yeah, I'm about to like touch you under the table with one right now.
You ever see people like hold feet with their toes?
What?
Yeah, my toes aren't like spreadable enough. I don't have like.
You mean like
I
jam,
have wet toes.
like avocados?
Well, like
Buttery
holding hands.
toes.
What'd you learn about Steve on that? Well, he doesn't have spreadable toes.
You guys know Joe Firestone?
Yeah.
She's a great guy. She has a joke. It's like avocados, fruit or vegetable. People just yell, and she goes, "No, it's a condiment. It's spreadable." It's just so funny. Something like that. She's awesome.
Yeah, I saw her open for Joe Pera here.
Oh, must have been great.
Yeah, it was a good show.
Yeah. What's your next question? You guys ever walk around on your hands for an hour? How many Cirque du Soleils do you go to?
Do you own any tie-dye?
Yeah, but for a very specific reason.
Oh, he's
Okay.
defensive.
No, I had a web series with Comedy Central, and
Brag.
yeah. Well, it was when they were relevant. Yeah, I said it. I'm in a lawsuit with them. That's all I can say. Actually, it was a thing where like we made people face their fears was the show, and
Yeah.
like one of my friends is afraid of snakes, so we put a snake on her and made her do the Britney Spears slave dance. But we got like trashy spray paint T-shirts with tie dye bikinis on them, so it was like the Britney Spears one.
Yeah.
So that's the tie dye I have.
All right.
Yeah, so I'm not, you know.
How did the snake dance go over?
Really well. Got a couple million
Did
views.
that get over her fears?
No, she doesn't like me anymore.
You and her.
Cool, totally cool with snakes now, though, right?
Yeah.
Afraid of Shane.
Yeah.
Yeah, she has a new fear.
Yeah, he bumped into her on the street and screamed at her the other day.
No, we're friends, I think.
They touched toes, and that was the end of it.
Oh, God.
That really gets you.
It's really weird, man. I'm going to write it down. I think it got a good response out of you guys for some reason. Oh, yeah, I got to paint one of these things.
I don't own any tie dye, but I would like some tie dye.
Would you?
How's that for an?
That's an interesting answer.
Yeah, I don't have any.
Would it be something that you would want someone else to make, so you would purchase, or you want to make it yourself?
I wouldn't want to make it. I don't want to get my hands messy. But
We knew that from your tender feet.
Yeah. If I did it with my feet, that's a different story.
Do you smoke weed, Shane?
No.
No, you don't. Steve smokes a lot of weed. I know this about Steve.
Yeah.
We've done it.
Well,
together
Steve's a
before.
real cool guy.
Hey, we're just trying to formulate some.
Have you tried it? Is it just not something that works for you?
You a fucking cop? Have I tried it?
Have you tried it?
Yeah, of course I've.
But no, I'm just asking about what the response is. Like.
With that mustache, it really does make you seem. Yeah, it's never my thing.
Okay.
I mean, definitely like. There's times I've smoked it. Like I haven't smoked it in years. I just don't care. Like I drink. I mean, like to me, it's all the same. Like that's my crutch. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't love. And weed has gotten so potent in the past 10 years that it's like, I'm not trying to get back into this now. You know?
Yeah.
Do either of you listen to any jam bands?
No.
No.
Steve's saying that like there might be something that's a
I feel
stretch.
You got some like Dave Matthews in the rotation.
No, I don't like Dave Matthews. I've been like kind of getting in, not really, but I've been listening to like old house music from like the early 2000s, like weird, not like super techno-y, but like. Well,
I guess
like
that's because
jam techno?
it's like ambient, like phase out. Stuff.
Yeah, like Dirty Vegas. Remember Dirty Vegas?
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
Did they have the commercial song for?
The what was that? The Eclipse? Or
Yeah.
The Eclipse. Yeah.
Yeah, and the girl was dancing. I think
like
I think she was doing like
a
my hand is a dolphin dance in the Eclipse.
Is this like the MGMT kind of era of music? Like
I think it's a little before, but
Yeah.
but close.
Similar vibes.
next door?
I think like 2006-07 was MGM.
Bam, 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 bam.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I used to like wake up still drunk, I'd blast that shit.
God.
Yeah, no, it was
I
obnoxious
guess I
and
listen to
annoying.
cool jazz sometimes, and that I guess that is kind of like jammy and
Like cool jazz, like
Well, just because it's like
cool jazz.
that's a genre.
Cool Jazz 105. I'm your DJ here, Shane Torres.
I'll listen to stuff that like is just kind of like grooves or whatever. But
Okay.
that's the closest I get. I can't fucking listen to like String Cheese Incident or any of that kind of shit. Just fucking get it over with. Ugh.
So what is it about?
Yeah, don't
Cool
pull the
jazz.
strings off. Just eat that cheese.
Well, it's like I like to listen to it when I'm trying to focus on something, but I still
Okay.
need ambient noise. It's like it's easy to like I don't get caught up in peppy. I just enjoy it and can focus and enjoy the sound.
Gotcha.
It's sonically it pleases me.
Yeah. I like that with, and I know this is weird for a lot of people because a lot of people hate jam bands when they get real noodly. But if that is going on, it's very similar for me where it's like, okay, that's happening. I don't have to pay attention to it. I can do something else.
Yeah, it's like the high fidelity thing. I just want something I can ignore.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think I've.
You figured this out.
Oh yeah, I fucking.
Is it because I smoke weed?
Yeah.
There's a few things with you. You are a regular flip flop wearer, regular open toed boy.
Only when it's hot.
Tattoos. Do you guys have tattoos?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of what?
I have a nurse's cap on my mom. My mom was a nurse. And then I have some address plates from the houses I grew up in on my legs. And then I have a pentagram on my back because he's coming for us.
Somewhere for the devil to aim.
Think you know where I land on this not hippie bullshit.
I like I wish you wouldn't have explained the nurse's cap. You would have just been like, I have a nurse's cap, you know.
Yeah. Well, it seems like because I don't want people like people have like I've been wearing like a t-shirt on a plane. This woman just like lifted up my shirt and she was like looking at my arms and she goes, "Oh, you're a nurse?" And I was like, "No." I like what? Why are you lifting?
Are
up
you?
my
Why are you touching me?
Yeah, well, she was like, "Is there
Am I at the doctor?
Like I have
What's
to explain it
happening?
because I don't want people to be like. I have this like fear that like is anybody here a doctor or medical professional? Like, that guy has a nurse's cap.
You're like, my
'Cause
mom.
I will do it because I have this desire to be a hero, and it'll be bad. Yeah.
I think we're losing him. He was fine.
Yeah. It's like no. I've seen this before.
Hey, even if you fail, you're still a hero. He tried to save that boy.
Yeah.
You know.
Too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then like they'd be like, like he's the nurse, and then it's like it's nothing that requires medical stuff. It's just like, well, you're just like a big guy. Get over here and lift this. Yeah.
Lift this corpse
That's how
off the
that's how
plane.
I'm a hero. We're only heroes to our natural given.
Throw this
abilities.
corpse over the side of the boat.
Help us take this corpse to Wyoming.
Way to put a button on it.
Yeah. I think.
Yeah, I think I can make a call. So are we going who is more than the other?
I think so.
Okay.
Because I don't think either of them are very totally hippie.
Yeah.
But
no, I feel that.
would you?
I'm ready to make a call.
Oh, just before you guys do this, I want you guys to know I voted for Trump in all the elections.
Whoa, dude. I just
want to, for me, losing is being more hippie.
that swayed my opinion way hard. Now someone's trying to throw a smoke screen up.
Yeah. Wow.
Voted for Trump. Sounds like a beard to me.
Yeah. No one will think I'm gay.
Well, that's why I never come on these biased media podcasts.
I have a tattoo on my armpit that says Fox.
Gut filled.
All right, you ready?
Nurse's cap that says CNN on the emblem. Yeah. All right. 3, 2, 1.
Steve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking Steve.
I'm more hippie or
yeah.
less hippie?
You're
More
more
hippie.
hippie.
Suck it, Shane.
Well, that was unhippie. I'll be honest.
Corn turd.
I'll be honest. I wasn't sure at first, but the way you held the knife, I was like, he doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah. I would have known.
Yeah, the pentagram on the back really drove it home.
You know
for me
that's
at
not
the end.
real, right?
I'd like to.
you
I'd
know
like to
what?
re-vote, please.
It's gonna be real now.
Can you
Yeah.
can you
The
push
myth,
the
the
button?
legend.
Push
Yeah.
the button.
Hello, Shane. I'm coming for you. I hope you do.
It's so evil.
Is there? Yeah, start hitting buttons. Shane wants to get involved here. Let him be his Michael Winslow. Can you go back to the demon voice? Nope. Because here's the thing. I want to call my nephew because he loves horror movies, and I'm trying to talk like a.
I'm hearing it. My God, get over and call your nephew. Let's go to. Oh, we can't do it on the board. Can you do it on the board? On the border. No. A Mexican restaurant? Yes.
These burritos are giving me the shits.
Well, I really came out there at the end.
I talk like this now. It's gonna change the tone of my act.
That's just deep voice. That's devil voice.
Get over here.
That's the best to just cut it off. Do you want to call your nephew?
No, he's probably fucking playing some goddamn thing. He's fine.
All right. Well, no. Thanks so much for tuning in. Where can people follow you guys?
You can follow me at Steve Vanderploeg.
Darth Vanderploeg.
It's Slumdog Chillionaire.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I blocked you.
I did message you frequently a lot. Sending you pictures of my toes.
Remember touching these? Touch a toe.
I used to post my feet on Instagram on Fridays, I'd be like, it's Foot Friday. And I'd call everybody my little toe hose and ankle sluts. And then, but like the touching someone else's foot, oh, God.
Yeah, it blows my mind that there's people that just rub feet all day for a living
I know.
without gloves on.
It's just foot to barefoot that bothers me.
Oh, soul to soul.
Oh, hand to foot doesn't bother you? It's just
I mean,
foot to
if someone
foot?
was like massaging it, no. But like if someone just wanted to touch my bare foot on
Just like,
in a park or something, yeah, that would freak me out.
I'm not going to lie. This is making me really, I'm feeling like a little Toho
what?
over here.
I'm just wondering, like, what if it was
I
like
wanna
2
grab
feet
one of those
trying to do
little
like a
piggies.
high five? Just
I don't love that.
no.
Like like leg wrestling? Probably not. I think it's when it's accidental. That's what freaks me out.
But intentional would be okay.
A foot five seems pretty intentional.
No, but like if it, that's intentional. But like if it's just like if we're in a locker room and you're like your pinky toe touches my big toe, fucking
Yeah,
get
if you're
out
in
of
the
it.
showers.
Yeah. If it's wet. Wet feet? Ew, wet feet? Oh.
When you're climbing out of the sand and...
Yeah, no thank you.
All right.
I'm Shane Torres. You can find me at Shane Torres on lots of stuff.
Follow Shane.
I didn't
follow
get to do my
Steve.
plug. I wanted to do it.
All right.
That's it.
Fuck, I hate how you guys. I hear you laugh at me in 2 different tones. It's not.
All right. Well, yeah. Thanks so much for tuning in. Everybody, make sure follow, subscribe at Hippie Not Hippie Pod, and thank you for getting on the motherfucking.